Alvin told the girl, no matter what conflicts arise, they are never reason enough to cut ties with family. The girl fell silent, gazing at the starry sky as if lost in thought. When the first rays of sunlight touched the earth, Alvin found the girl had already left. On the ground was a neatly tied bundle of firewood. This was the first person Alvin met on the road. They were all just passing strangers, yet they influenced each other's paths. As Alvin passed through the second town, dark clouds began gathering in the sky. Fortunately, there was an abandoned warehouse not far away, just big enough to shelter his equipment. Most people dislike rainy days because they make travel difficult, but in this agriculturally dominant land, thunderstorms symbolized harvest and joy. Many things have two sides. Perhaps shifting perspective slightly reveals hope. Suddenly, a bicycle sped past Alvin, followed by more and more. It turned out a cycling race was happening nearby. Alvin quickly pulled over to let them pass, waving excitedly. These young people were older than the girl from before, and, unlike the elderly, were at the peak of their energy. They were carrying forward the torch, soon to become the new pillars of this era. Only by sunset did Alvin finally reach the young people's campsite. At night, they gathered around the campfire discussing life. Alvin couldn't help but reflect. When young, he never thought about what old age would be like, simply charging ahead, until his body forced him to stop. He had met all kinds of people in his life, learned much and forgotten much. The less mobile he became, the more he dwelled on the past, even though he could never return to those times. But fortunately, Alvin had been passionate and brave in his youth, so he had many memories worth recalling. Alvin continued his journey. When a car accelerated past him, Alvin witnessed an accident. A woman who appeared to be in her 30s had killed a wild deer because she was driving too fast.
Can I help you, lady?
No, you can't help me. No one can help me. I've tried driving with my lights on. I've tried sounding my horn.
The woman frantically complained. This was the 13th deer she had hit in 7 weeks, but in truth, she was complaining more about life itself. At her age, she had just married and had a child. Car loans, mortgages, and baby formula costs were suffocating her, as if countless shackles bound her. She couldn't be carefree as before, or do the things she loved. The multiplied pressures were driving her to the breaking point. After venting, the woman sped away. There were still many things she needed to do. Alvin had unwittingly become her emotional punching bag, but he also thanked nature for its gift. This was the first fresh meat he'd had in 4 weeks, and the deer antlers became a decoration on his camper. The further he went, the rougher the road became. Alvin didn't notice the warning sign nearby, distracted like the people on the grass by the fire department's drill. Only when going downhill did his speed increase uncontrollably. Alvin quickly hit the brakes, but there was no response. The crowd was also drawn by the roaring engine, but thanks to years of driving experience, Alvin managed to stop steadily. Otherwise, any rollover or collision with the burning house nearby would have ended his journey prematurely. While still shaken, a man named Danny approached to greet him. Danny was nearly 50 and had once owned a repair shop, so he immediately spotted the problem with the mower's engine. Everyone helped push the vehicle to an open area. Upon inspection, the engine was also damaged. The group was curious where the old man had come from to have driven his vehicle into such a state. When Alvin said he was from Idaho and had been on the road for 5 whole weeks, with his destination being Zion Mountain, everyone was stunned. It was still at least 60 kilometers away, and he would have to cross the Mississippi